Of Red Carpet Green Dress, which is a sustainable fashion campaign that was pioneered and founded by our hosts, Mrs. Susie and Miss Cameron, 10 years ago. I came on board, I came on board as someone who had worked in the fashion industry in different roles, as a fashion editor, a self-taught fashion designer, and was really caught up in the glamour of what fashion was, appeared to be in my eyes. And so when I entered this contest, I really wasn't prepared for a shift in the mindset that happened for me. I just thought I'd get the opportunity to design a dress for a red carpet, walk a red carpet, and really get kind of caught in the hype of that moment, because for me, fashion represents so much of what's now, and what's next. But I met Susie and I got an education that just made me unable to look at my clothes in the same light again. It was just impossible. And I think what Red Carpet Green Dress is really trying to do is show all of us that the clothing we put on our bodies is significant. It's significant not just to us as individuals and what it communicates about us as people, but it's significant to the people who make it. It's significant because of what it's made of. And it's significant because of what it represents. So for me, when Susie kind of flew me over and said, come over, let's talk about fashion in a different light, I had no idea that the material that sits on our skin can affect our whole endocrine system. I had no idea that silk was made by boiling silkworms alive. I had no idea that it takes, 200 years for a garment that's made from polyester to break down in the environment. And I certainly had no idea that sustainable fashion could be cool, sexy, and relevant until I met Susie. So tonight we're celebrating a decade of collaborations with brands like Reformation, Armani, Vivienne Westwood. We're celebrating working with emerging students and teaching them that the clothing that they make can also be sustainable and on trend. And we're celebrating a conversation that needs to be still taking place in every room, on every carpet, not just the Oscars. Having said that, the support that we've received from the Academy has been second to none. And we're so fortunate to have Dina Michelle in the room, who is an angel for us at the Academy. Always make sure that we have talent who are interested in this conversation and that we have a place on that carpet amongst all of those other gowns. So we have to say thank you to Dina, Nicole and Megan, who are here. I can't see them, but thank you so much. Thank you so much. You would think it would be easy for people to say, of course we can make room for a dress that's made with consideration to the environment. Of course there should be someone on that carpet talking about fashion that's made in a more considered way. But it's a struggle every single year, and it shouldn't be, but we keep fighting the good fight. Before I kind of hand over and introduce the woman who's kind of made this all possible, I want to thank our partners. Obviously we're being hosted in this beautiful, gorgeous residence. Irene Albright, the Albright Fashion Library, for just hosting us and making us feel so welcome. Also, thank you. If you look on the wall and if you look behind you, you'll see an incredible 2 pieces of art that have been painstakingly created, incorporating gowns over the years by a super talented artist who we're fortunate to have here, protege of Steve Kaufman himself. Daniel, please come forward. Thank you so much for your labour. He's basically taken the time and effort to create these pieces that will be auctioned off and incorporating the messages of Red Carpet Green Dress. I'd love you to just say a few words about the paintings, but if you'd be so kind.
Thank you so much for being here. These paintings, I had to do them from zero, but I wanted to paint, but instead of tones, I'd rather just do what embodies the model, which is everything that has to do from fashion to tips. So instead, I did this, and with the beautiful dress that she has, it's beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'd also love to thank AKA, who are hosting us as the headquarters for Red Carpet Green Dress, Tesla, who have been kindly providing our shuttles and giving our talent the experience of what sustainability can look like on the move. So thank you very much for that. And all of the partners we have here, Absolute Elix for the incredible cocktails. There's a great message behind this brand, so please talk to them and find out about it. So it leaves me to introduce our host, Susie and Miss Cameron. Oh wait, before I do that, I would be remiss not to thank our team, Kylie, and everyone who's just been here setting up, my sisters who've flown all the way from London just to be here, my husband and son, 7-month-old son who's at the back, his first Hollywood party. Come find him, he's in the summer. It's a look. So thank you to them. So anyway, over to Susie. We're celebrating 10 years, but we're celebrating you as well. There are so many people who have your position, your influence, and your reach who would not be doing what you're doing. The fact that you choose to use your access, your power, and your connections and opportunity to create movements like this says so much about you as a person. It truly does. And I myself am so grateful to you for changing the way that I, one person, view what I'm buying and what I'm wearing. And I think as we all read more and learn more about sustainable fashion, the number of people that you will affect just coming to this room, seeing what we're doing and having the conversations, it could be immeasurable. So apart from celebrating a decade of this campaign, we're also celebrating you. You're an incredible person, and it's very hard to kind of encapsulate you in words. But maybe the spirit and the warmth in this room, because I feel, I'm sure you do too, that's what she represents. So Susie, thank you for everything you've done. Thank you for allowing us to wrestle this to 10 years, because it's not been easy. And please come up and just take the
So this is a moment. It definitely is. I mean, it's my heart's beating really fast right now. But I think when I think back 10 years ago, when my incredible husband over there was heading to the Oscars for Avatar. And I just happened to be on his arm. And we had been through the award season, and I had looked high and low for some sustainable clothes. We had already opened MUSE school. I had started it with my sister, Rebecca Amos, who's right back there. And sustainability really was a thread that was going through everything that we were doing at school, and certainly through Jim's in my life and the children we were having and how we were raising them. And I knew that I knew they were just going to put the microphone in my face and ask me what I was wearing. And it would have been very easy to say Yves Saint Laurent or Givenchy or Chanel or whatever it would have been. But I really wanted to have a story, and I wanted it to tie back to the school and have that sustainable story behind it. And so we created a dress design contest called the Carpet Green Dress, and all of the proceeds actually go back to the school. So it helps to scholarship children that are going to the school. We have a large portion of our children population that are on financial aid. Hello. Is that better?
Yes.
Do I need to repeat what I just said?
No.
Yeah, the acoustics are nice in here. So anyway, that's how it started. And the crazy thing is that 10 years ago, I just assumed that it would be really easy to build a dress, a sustainable dress. And Deb Scott, who won the Oscar for Titanic for costume design, she actually built the first dress. And 3 days after we announced it, she came to me and she said, "I can't find fabric." I said, "What do you mean you can't find fabric?" She said, "No, I really can't find fabric. We have found this piece silk, but they use children to harvest the silk because of their nimble little fingers, and they give them slingshots to kill the birds that are trying to eat the worms." Exactly. So not only was it an environmental issue, it became a social issue as well. And I really thought I would only do it for 1 year. But I realized that I had to do something to bring awareness to the fact that We all wear clothes every single day. From the moment we're born, and we have a couple of babies here.
Yes.
And we've got another baby on the way. I'm going to be a grandma. My son's back there, and he and his beautiful wife have a little one growing. And we have two babies here today. One is Samada and Jonas, and the other one is Igor and Flavius. So the second you're born, they slap clothes on you. And the day you die, they take them off. And the only other time that you're not wearing clothes is when you're running around naked having fun in life. But what people don't realize, and Samada, you shared this with us, is that our clothes are not only, it's the second largest polluter in the world. They're just killing our landfills are full of clothes, and our waterways are polluted from all of the dyes and the chemicals that they use. But it's also messing up our bodies and the health of our bodies. So people don't realize that. And someone was asking me, Kim was asking me earlier, she's here from Grades of Green, which is an amazing organization. She said, what are the things that people can do every single day? And this was something I would wake up every morning with a pit in my stomach. And I realized I have a platform. I'm really grateful for that platform every single day. And I can start schools, and I can drive an electric car, and I can start organizations, and we have solar at the ranch. But I knew it wasn't really scratching the surface at all. And when Jim and I went plant-based, almost 7 years ago, we were walking on the beach one night, and if you guys know Jim, he's kind of a doomsday kind of guy. Movies, Terminator, and The Abyss, and Avatar. It's kind of like, death and destruction. And when we first started going out, he said, I don't use the word hope. And he has a t-shirt that says, hope is not a strategy. And he wears that. And we were walking on the beach about a couple of months after we went plant-based, and he said, babe, for the first time in my life, I have hope. Needless to say, I almost fell in the surf. But he said the more people that we can inspire to go plant-based, the more we can move the needle on climate change. So that inspired writing the book OMD, which came out in October, and I believe we have some here tonight. Yeah. And so if changing one meal, one person, changing one meal a day for 1 year, yes, saves 200,000 gallons of water and the carbon equivalent of driving from Los Angeles to New York. So each and every one of you can make a decision every single time you put food on your plate to help move the needle on climate change. And you can choose to wear secondhand clothes or sustainable fabrics.
Say more.
Yeah, to help our planet and clean our planet. So Samada came on board 9 years ago, and she's gone away now. She went to fetch Theo. She went to get her baby. So she's not going to hear this, but there you are. Here. So my carpet green dress was a teeny tiny little bitty idea. And Samada won in the second year. So she and I have been together now for 9 years. And it's Samada who has grown Red Carpet Green Dress into an organization that's internationally known. And you're the one that has found all the talent. You're the one that has found all of the designers. So I bow to you. So wear clean clothes, eat plant-based food, and rule the world.
To close, we're very fortunate enough to have Rebecca Amos, who's Jeff King, who head of the MUSE School California, who'll be saying a few words about the school we fundraise for. So they're going to come forward. I can't see them, but I think they're making their way. Yes, so they're going to say a few words. MUSE School is a really incredible and important school, doing some really important work with the young kids who are coming up and will be leading us. Thank you.
I'm going to let Jeff start.
Well, thank you all for taking the time out to be here, and it's great seeing everyone here tonight. And what's interesting about having 10 years of red carpet green dress, MUSE School has entered its 13th year. And what's also very special about what's happening with MUSE School is this summer we've launched MUSE Global so that we can take these schools worldwide and we can have them popping up everywhere. All the students at MUSE eating one meal a day. Imagine 300 or 400 schools around the world where these students are eating healthy and living sustainable. One of the things I want to just real quickly talk about with MUSE is we do something very radical at MUSE. And it's something that I don't know that schools have ever done. And I don't want to really share it with you tonight because I'm afraid you might steal it. However, I'm really okay if you do steal it. Okay? So what we do at MUSE School is we listen to students. And we play this very sophisticated game of follow the leader, and the students are the leaders. And when you listen to the students, they will tell you how they want to learn, what they want to learn, what direction they want to take. When you don't listen to students, you have a lot of problems. And that's something that Susie and Rebecca have done. I've been on board for 6 years. That was been their message. Susie didn't share this. She shared this yesterday in Orlando, but ask Susie what her personal philosophy is. She shared it, and maybe she'll share it with you. But it's about listening to students, listening to kids. And it's very radical. And it's swimming upstream. Because in today's educational landscape, parents and educators don't want to listen to students. But we do it at MUSE School, and we will be doing that at MUSE Global. So thank you, Susie and Rebecca, for starting the school. It's awesome sauce. And so and we have some special people here. We do have some parents here, MUSE parents, and if you just kind of raise your hand if you're a MUSE parent, there you are. There you are. So if you think that I am lying, just please ask them. Now they may say I do lie, but just check them out. So I'm going to introduce someone else who's very special. She's my boss and my wife, and she's going to introduce some very, very special people. So thank you all for coming out tonight. Your participation tonight does help support MUSE School. And one of the other things that I forgot to mention is this is the 3rd year that we will have graduating students. And as of this year, 100% of our graduating students have been accepted to the university of their choice. All right, so now I'm going to introduce my boss, my wife, Rebecca.
Hi, everybody. So I just want to share something really special. Susie and I went to Orlando. We were there the last couple days, and we were flying home together today. Just a few hours ago, it was really hot in Orlando, but it was really cold in LA, so that was kind of interesting. But as we were flying back, I was thinking about Susie, and I was thinking about her tonight. And being on this stage, and I just had an overwhelming sense of pride because once again she put her mind to do something and she made it happen. And now here we are 10 years later, and we're all here, and the dresses are here, and the people are here, and you just continue to do that. You just continue to do these things that are big, and they're big, and sometimes they fall off the tracks, but then they get back on the tracks. And when we were building MUSE, it was like building an airplane in the air, and we didn't have the wings on yet, we didn't have the propellers yet, we didn't even know how to fly it yet. And so here we are, 13 years later. But anyway, aside from that, I just want to say congratulations to you and to Samana. Where are you, Samana? She went with the baby. She's with the baby somewhere. Okay. So I do want to jump forward to talk a little bit about MUSE. Our goal to start MUSE School was that it be a very child-centered place, and that it be a place where we listen to the students. We talk about having outer sustainability, but I talk about having inner sustainability. So I want the children to be able to express themselves, love themselves, and to have these amazing passions. And so tonight, I feel very honored and excited to introduce two students who are 8th graders from MUSE School. And they're going to share their passions with you.
Oh, nice.
And that's what we do at MUSE, is we let children follow their passions. And they get to explore who they are, they get to explore what they love. I don't know how many of us have ever gotten to do that, but these kids get to. So you guys come on up. And I think I speak for Susie when I say these students epitomize our absolute dream. This is our dream coming true, is that students get to speak from their hearts and what they love to do. So, this is Alani. Hi. And this is Frank. Hi. Sometimes we call him Frankie. But I'm going to let them speak to you guys and just share a little bit about their passions and what they're doing. And it's very in theme with what we're doing here tonight. So, you guys who wants the mic up here? Okay?
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
As you heard, my name is Alani. I'm an 8th grader at MUSE, and I like to look at the creative side of things. When I first came to MUSE in 5th grade, after moving here from Nevada, I was still figuring myself out. I was still discovering my hobbies and my interests. Feeling like an outsider, I was unaware of what I liked and what my passions were. Each passing year, I discovered more and more about the fashion world. I would sketch out outfits and accessories that I hope would one day come to life. Now as an 8th grader, I'm much more confident about myself, not just in my personality, but my style as well. I don't think about what other people are going to think about my outfit or judge about my outfit. Instead, I feel like I could walk down the hallway strutting in every outfit I create.
Yes.
MUSE School encourages students to help explore their passions. My recent passion project was women's fashion. One of the biggest portions of my passion project was sustainability. For that portion, I thrifted and upcycled many articles of clothing, including fringe jeans, ripped and cut t-shirts, and I even painted on a pair of black faux leather high tops, white outline daisies, inspired by a designer shoe that I saw in a magazine. To display those items, I created an industrial pipe and wood clothing rack. I hope to start a fashion club in connection to the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising. I recently visited FIDM and was inspired and excited about the long list of majors they had to choose from, including interior design, fashion design, and even the business of denim. Yes, there is a whole major just for denim. My next big idea is to launch a small business of upcycled fashion, from clothes to accessories. I hope to soon take part in a future of fashion, whether a fashion designer, a fashion critic, or maybe, just maybe, a denim specialist. I'm grateful to MUSE for helping me explore my passion. I'm very grateful to Susie Cameron for inviting Frankie and me to speak here tonight and giving us the opportunity to speak in front of all of you. It's amazing. Thank you so much, Susie.
Hello, my name is Frank McNulty. Since I can remember, I've always had a passion for sneakers. Over the years, I've collected many pairs, but as my collection grew, my time and space for them diminished. I guess you could say I embraced my inner Marie Kondo when I decided to clean out my closet, and I ended up passing on several pairs of sneakers to those who really need them. The feeling I got from doing one single act of good was beyond words. That got me thinking, what if I created a business that creates good products and produces good outcomes? That's why I created Good Souls, a company that does just that. while also being good to the planet. My first range will be clothes and accessories. I have partnered with Recover Brands who recycle water bottles to make sustainable fabrics. My first charity partner will be the LA Food Bank. This is where it gets really cool. Each shirt has a good outcome. For example, this shirt I am wearing is created through recycling 8 water bottles. When I sell this shirt, I can provide 25 meals to people living in poverty. This allows me to not only give back to people in need, but also the planet. My dream of starting my own business could only really happen at a school like MUSE. MUSE has been great, and my business idea has come to life through my passion project. This is where every student gets to work on things they are passionate about. How cool is that? I've been at MUSE for about 2 years now. I feel at home here. They get me and allow me to be myself and combine my passions with learning. MUSE is also a community that supports each other and respects the planet by recycling and not allowing single-use items on campus. Right when I walked into MUSE, I knew it was the school for me. We are a family, and we support each other's dreams and ideas. Thanks for listening to me, and please sign up to be a good soul at goodsouls.org. And together... And together we can put our best foot forward, stamp out poverty, and make the world a better place. Thank you.
One more round. I don't know about you guys, but I think that those are the type of people who want to be ruling our world. So thank you guys. And that's it. Samara or Susie, did you guys have something?
No, that's it. Enjoy, mingle, have cocktails, have fun.
Enjoy, mingle, have cocktails, have fun.